Part of Creed's new Amber Trio collection. Today we're going to dive into the brand new creation for 2024 release, Centaurus by Creed. Let's see if this one here is a hit or a miss in the Creed portfolio of fragrances. Stick around, the full review is up next. Welcome back to another video. 𝗵𝗃 here. If you do love to make a great and lasting impression, you should know by now that smelling good is a great way to do that. So today we're going to talk about the newest from Creed. This was a fragrance that I did an initial first impression here on the channel, I want to say about 3 weeks ago, which I do a haul video every month. If you follow this channel for any length of time, you would know this, that I talk about new releases in these haul videos that I do, these massive hauls of purchases that I do and share with you guys my initial impressions. So I did the initial impressions on Centaurus about 3 weeks ago. Now I've had enough time to actually wear this fragrance, and live with it for quite a while now to give you my full thoughts as we are quickly approaching the fall season of 2024 here in North America. Looking at the presentation, we're going to start off with the basics here. Presentation is very similar to all Creed's fragrances. It's got the real nice textured boxes. Doesn't normally come with cellophane, although I know Creed has been doing some cellophane wrapping in some of their fragrances, but it's not customary of Creed. It's pretty much what you see here, this texture, real nice, incredibly well put together boxes. This is 100 ml, which the retail price for this, which is right now, is available. So this Trio Amber collection that Creed is putting out has 3 fragrances. The last one, the third one, is allegedly will be released and dropping next year, perhaps around springtime. But so far we have 2. We had Delphinus, which I haven't had the pleasure to try. I can't wait to get myself a bottle and share with you guys here. Probably in the next haul, I'll be talking about that one. But Centaurus is the one that we're talking about today, available in 2 sizes. And the third one, the third installment of this particular Amber Trio is yet to be revealed. I don't know the name yet. Of course, I'm going to share with you guys as soon as I found out. But Centaurus has a 2 size available. You can find this at Creed boutiques or Creed retailers, authorized retailers. Now this is actually released along with Delphinus. Both are in stock and ready to be sold to you guys if you want to buy a bottle. You have the 50 ml, which retails for $400 USD, or the 100 ml, which I'll show here on this video, which retails for $545 USD. You heard it correctly, $545 USD. With taxes and all, you're looking at almost $600. The bottles have been upgraded, I believe, since Carmina. They look incredible, and I love the 𝗃𝗃 bottle, the Centaurus Creed logo. The crest is right there, the Creed logo is up here. You have all the information at the bottom here, along with the batch code, which definitely match your sticker at the bottom of your box. The caps have now been upgraded, beautiful heavy cap, non-magnetic by the way, and the sprayers are absolute beast, as we always been used to with Creed fragrances. Now as soon as you spray this fragrance, it's going to be very full, just beautiful tobacco and amber kind of a combination. If you love ambers and if you love tobaccos, this is something you're definitely going to be gravitating towards. It's something that's going to get you at hello. The initial spray is going to be a little heavy. I have to be honest with you, it's going to be a little bit syrupy sweet. There's definitely a lot of depth in the beginning here, in the first introduction. So if you're not into heavy, deep, dark, not so much dark, but a little bit smoky and heavy on the sweet ambroxan kind of a vibe here, you're probably not going to like this from the get-go. However, I do feel this is going to be one of Creed's most talked about fragrances year of the year, and you're going to find out why in this video. So let's digress a little bit and talk about the introduction. The fragrance opens up very sweet and very spicy. You have tons of inflections of spiciness. We do have a heavy dose of cinnamon here. It's going to, be reminiscent or resembling a few other things, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But needless to say, the opening is going to be heavy, spicy, thick. The tobacco and amber combination is going to be very present from the get-go, and you're going to have a heavy dose of cinnamon and other spices right up front and center here. Besides the cinnamon, of course, other spices that are very prominent here in the opening are going to be cardamom and pepper. It's almost going to tickle your nose a little bit with that pepper, cardamom, and cinnamon combination. It's heavy on the sweet, opening here. I don't think a lot of people will love this fragrance from the beginning, unless you do gravitate towards tobacco-based scents, which I do. I don't think a lot of people will love this from the beginning, from the opening, because it's going to be a little bit heavy, heavy-handed in the beginning here. However, 15-20 minutes into the fragrance, as I wore this fragrance, I can heavily attest that the fragrance becomes smoother, it becomes creamier. I believe there's sandalwood in here as well. There's a lot of nice wood along with the ambroxan that's going to make it very universally appealing, very well balanced, and very smooth as the fragrance transitions from the heart into the dry down. This is a heavy, warm, amber, spicy tobacco kind of a fragrance. So of course you're going to have heavy spices, you're going to have heavy ambery notes, nice woods. Now the heart that I talked about will also have some floral inflections given by the notes of, I believe there's a rose touch here, there's definitely jasmine, and you're definitely gonna get heliotrope, which also, along with that sandalwood, makes it very creamy as the fragrance goes into the heart and into the dry down, which is amazing. I think this is the part where people are really gonna, enjoy the fragrance. The heliotrope floral aspect here really adds this almost almond-like kind of a feel to the fragrance. It's not heavy-handed on the heliotrope or on the almond feel, but it definitely has some almondy, nutty nuances to the fragrance, which will make it very appealing. And at this point, I think a lot of people will enjoy. Like I said, the beginning introduction might be a little bit, nose twisting, but if you wait a little, 15 minutes, 20 minutes into the dry, heart into the dry down, it becomes very smooth, very creamy, very inviting, very appealing. And even I go as far as saying more universally appealing, if you will, not just, a heavy tobacco-based scent, but something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. The tobacco that's featured in the fragrance Centaurus is not one of those really rough, dark, and hard-to-wear tobacco fragrances. It's more of a smooth, almost designer-like tobacco, which you're accustomed to with popular fragrances from the designer, wheelhouse. So it's definitely going to be a very appealing, as Creed is known for. However, it is on a darker side. If you're looking at the Creed spectrum of the fragrances, which are mostly citrus, aromatic, very easy to wear, spring and summer kind of fragrances. This is Creed going into the other end of the spectrum, more into the fall and winter side of things. This is going to be, like I said, warmer, ambery, spicier, definitely sweeter. At this point here, 30-minute mark into the dry down, this is when those well-balanced, rounded, most universally appealing notes will kick in. We're talking about the ambroxan, of course. We're talking about the bourbon vanilla, which will again make it very well-rounded, very balanced, very smooth, very creamy, along with the heliotrope, the sandalwood, making this a very crowd-pleasing type of a scent. Go as far as saying, even I think I wore this a few times over the last 3 weeks. It is one of those fragrances that will give you compliments as the weather gets cooler now, fall and winter. It's going to be great to wear this. I think people are going to enjoy the way you smell if you're wearing this. It's definitely going to get you some compliments. Getting into the cool weather, I think, is where this will shine the most. I would not really look to wear this when the weather is hot because I think it could be cloying, especially in the initial 15, 20 minutes. It is heavy. In the sweeter side of things and the spicier side of things, the opening, like I said, can be a little bit trying. There's also a note of geranium here. There's 𝗿𝗏, there is benzoin, so it is a little bit resinous, slightly smoky as well, and a little bit powdery in the dry down. But definitely very well rounded at this point, at the dry down phase. It is a very refined kind of a scent and very sophisticated. I think it's going to be very appealing, and I do believe that's going to be one of Creed's most worn fragrances, I want to say, in 2024 when it comes to Creeds. I think as people get more and more used to this fragrance, they're going to love it. And I can't wait to get my nose on Delphinus. From what I hear, that's going to be a leather/iris type of a fragrance. So I'm very curious to try that one. But so far, this one has been quite good, to be honest with you. Quite good. The performance was also a good highlight for Centaurus. We're talking about 2 to 3 hours projection, so it projects very strongly, especially if you like me, you like to spray your clothes. This stuff does project quite well. When we're talking about sillage, it gives you tremendous scent bubble if you like to spray your clothes like I do. As I said, you're going to get 6+ hours in sillage. It's going to give you tremendous sillage as you walk around. If you spray the back of your hands as you move about, people will get whiffs. You're definitely going to get perceived. I go as far as saying don't go crazy with the sprayers on this one here. As the weather gets cooler, I'd say 6 to 8 sprays max if you spray your clothes. Maybe do 3 to 4 on your clothes, back of your hands, maybe the sides of your neck, the back of your neck. You're going to be very well served with this fragrance. If you go more than that, you're going to run the risk of becoming nuclear and cloying because it is a powerful style scent. Performance, as far as longevity goes, we're talking about 10 to 12 hours. If you spray your clothes, 12+, easy, a very good, which is also, when it comes to Creed fragrances, as we know, they're known for being very appealing, very easy to wear, but not to have great performance. This one here cracks that mold, breaks that perception. This is going to be great, and I'm hoping that this new direction of Creed will give us more, darker, more, indulgent and heavy-handed fragrances such as this one for cooler weather. I definitely think I can see that Creed is going into a different direction. They're going to keep those freshies that we love. They're also going to give us some heavier and darker fragrances to wear in the cooler, seasons of the year. So best times to wear this fragrance, of course, you already know it's going to be fall and winter for me. Early spring, you can definitely get away with this. Summer, it would be a no-no for me. I think whoever wears tobacco-based scents or is into tobacco-based scents with amber, spicy, vanillas, will enjoy this fragrance for sure. A guy, a gal, I think a lot of people will like this, even though this leans a little more masculine, to be quite honest with you, because of that tobacco and that opening. But I do feel like everybody will enjoy this, especially from the heart into the dry down. It becomes very, very mass appealing. I would wear this for dresser situations, evening wear, romantic settings. You can wear this during the day for the fall and the winter time and early spring, but definitely dress your attires. I don't feel this is a very casual scent. I think it's more sophisticated, more refined, especially because of the tobacco profile that this has. I would say evening wear, dresser situations would be preferably for this fragrance. And I also think this will draw in a more mature crowd due to the price point. It is a Creed after all, and it is over $500 retail. Perhaps you can find this at better pricing out there. I think the only places you can find this right now, as I said in the beginning of the video, is going to be at Creed Boutique or 𝗏𝗏𝑏outique.com or actual authorized retailers at this time. But I think soon enough, of course, you'll be able to find this at discounters, and then you could do with it what you will. But, you know, again, it's $500 plus retail for this one, so I'm saying it's going to be something that I feel will be more mature and for someone that has a little bit more of a coin to spend. I don't think, you know, the average person will justify spending $500 plus for a tobacco-based scent. I'll tell you why, because this has resemblances with other tobacco-based scents, which I'll tell you right now what this reminds me of, or in the same wheelhouse, if you will. Definitely has resemblances with the fragrances I'm about to share with you. It is not a clone. It doesn't smell exactly like those fragrances, but definitely has inflections and nuances of those fragrances, which, if you are familiar with the fragrances I'm about to mention, this might be redundant to you. You might want to try it and compare them and see which one you like more. MFK Grand Soir comes to mind. Of course, Mancera's Red Tobacco, heavy, with that opening here, very similar to this one as well. And Carlisle from Parfums de Marly also has some sweet tobacco resemblances with this one. Of course, goes into a different direction, smokier, definitely darker. But this one here definitely has resemblances with these fragrances I just talked about. If you put them together and you smell them side by side, you're gonna figure out exactly what I'm talking about. However, they do their own thing. So at the very least, I think this warrants you guys to check it out. And I would say, guys, you wanna check this out, you wanna try before you buy it, of course, head over to perfume.com, use my code MAX12 and try Centaurus on your skin. Make sure you love it before, if you ever want to commit to a full bottle, you can actually get a full wearing for this fragrance for a fraction of the cost. Make sure you love the fragrance, and then you can decide whether or not you want to pick a bottle or not. So guys, those are my thoughts. I think this is a good release. Definitely really nice to see Creed going into this direction. I do appreciate that. And again, I can't wait to try the new Delphinus, which is the counterpart to this one, and of course the third installment of their trio, which is coming out sometime next year. Guys, good release. Definitely let me know your thoughts below. If you have tried this fragrance, let me know what your thoughts are. If you did like it, love it, hate it, want to hear it in the comments. Are you guys also excited about Delphinus? If you have tried that fragrance as well, let me know your thoughts on that one. And of course, there's another fragrance that I'm going to share with you guys very soon, perhaps in the next haul, which is releasing in October from Creed, which is the Aventus Absolute Triple Batch Aged. Stick around for that fragrance, of course. I'm going to be sharing with you here my thoughts on that one, but today was all about Centaurus. Don't forget to show your support, leave a like, hit the subscriber button, and hit the bell so you get these videos straight into your feed. And of course, I'll see you guys right back here with another one very soon. Take care.